Come on, come on, come on.
All right, 23 minutes before 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. It is time for News Bites. This is where Robin and I turn off our commentary and simply read the news to you. We abbreviate it, we shorten it, we get to the point. Gives you a chance to catch up with the news without spending all day trying to do so. We wrap it up in about 23 minutes from now. Hopefully, in these 23 minutes, we'll get between 20 and 25 stories squeezed in. We'll also tell you which news agency we're getting the stories from so that you can go online and read them for yourselves and get the details. The first story is from ABC News. An unmanned space station supply rocket exploded into a fireball seconds after launch from Wallops Island, Virginia, yesterday evening. No injuries were reported. Orbital Sciences Corporation said in a tweet shortly after the 6:22 p.m. explosion that there had been a vehicle anomaly. This shows how difficult and maddening this business really is, said Bill Gerstenmaier, an associate administrator of NASA's Human Exploration and Operations Mission Directorate, in a news conference this morning. It was not immediately clear what went wrong with the launch. Officials said they will begin investigating the cause this morning.
With a week to go until Election Day, Republicans hold a commanding edge in early voting that could prove insurmountable for some Democrats. Through the first 9 days of early voting, the Republican Party holds a 9-point edge in voter turnout over Democrats, 46% to 37%. That translates to a 12,000 vote advantage for Republicans. The numbers are a reversal from statewide voter registration figures. Democrats hold a 60,000 person advantage over Republicans, 40% to 35%. The returns provide early validation to the fears that low voter turnout could hamper Democratic candidates, especially in competitive races for the state Senate. The early numbers are so bad that the 4th Congressional District, once thought to be a safe seat for incumbent Democrat Stephen Horsford, could now be in play, reported by the Las Vegas Sun.
Governor Rick Scott was in Ocala campaigning yesterday at On Top of the World. About 200 people showed up to listen to the governor inside Cypress Hall. The incumbent candidate is expected to continue making stops across the state, with his final campaign stop expected in Orlando on Monday. A press release from Scott's office says he will be at the Orlando Harley-Davidson shop just off of I-4 on 37th Street on Monday. The event is scheduled to begin at 5:30 in the evening. Scott is expected to be joined by some big name political guests and some other surprise guests, although no specific names were included in the news release. Both the governor and his main challenger, Democrat Charlie Crist, have spent this week urging supporters to vote early.
The administration of U.S. President Barack Obama has expressed its displeasure over Israel's recent announcement that it would be building more housing units in East Jerusalem, but now reported name-calling directed at Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu can be added to the tensions between the two allies. Jeffrey Goldberg, diplomatic correspondent for The Atlantic, reported yesterday that he recently spoke to a senior Obama administration official about the foreign leader who seems to frustrate the White House and the State Department the most. The unnamed official reportedly told Goldberg, and this is a quote, "The thing about Bibi is he's a chicken, ... unquote, reported by the Jerusalem Post.
And the next story is from the Reuters news agency. Zambian President Michael Sata, an abrasive figure nicknamed King Cobra because of his venomous tongue, has died in London, where he was receiving medical treatment, according to a statement issued by the government of Zambia this morning. The cause of death was not immediately disclosed, but Sata had been ill for some time. He was being treated at London's King Edward VII Hospital, where he died. The website Zambian Watchdog reported he was 77 years old.
Residents of a Florida neighborhood say a woman with 400 or more mothballs lining her driveway is causing a health hazard. Dana Nickel of the Mandarin neighborhood in Jacksonville, Florida, said a neighbor's driveway is lined with mothballs, some in bags and others loose. It started off with just a few, and now it has over 400 or more. This is Nickel's quote. She drives back and forth and crushes them up with her car to make them stink even more. Neighbor Kim Bristol said she filed a complaint with the city, accusing the neighbor of causing a health hazard. A woman at the offending home said the mothballs are intended to keep dogs from defecating in her yard. The Pet Poison Helpline classifies mothballs as having a generally moderate to severe life-threatening effect on dogs and cats. City officials said an inspector visited the property on October the 23rd, and the investigation is ongoing, reported by UPI.
And from Reuters news agency, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry said yesterday during a visit to Canada that he would like to make a decision soon on TransCanada Corporation's Keystone XL crude oil pipeline. TransCanada has waited more than 6 years for the Obama administration to make a decision on the line, which would take as much as 830,000 barrels per day of Alberta tar sands crude to refineries on the Texas Gulf Coast. The State Department is now awaiting the results of a court challenge on the line's routing through Nebraska and completing its own study on the need for the line before it makes a final recommendation to President Barack Obama on whether to grant the project a presidential permit. The permit would allow the line, which faces criticism from environmentalists, to cross from Canada into the United States.
A top Republican congressman claims the Obama administration is exploring plans to bring non-U.S. citizens infected with Ebola to the United States for treatment. Representative Bob Goodlatte, a Republican from Virginia, chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, said that his office has received information from within the Obama administration that these plans are being developed. So far, only American Ebola patients have been brought back to the United States for treatment from the disease epicenter in West Africa. Goodlatte warned that expanding that policy could put the United States at more risk, reported by Fox News.
And from ABC News, hackers recently breached the White House's unclassified computer network, resulting in temporary outages as cybersecurity experts worked to contain the situation. According to a statement from a senior administration official, some elements of the unclassified executive office of the president network have been affected, according to a statement from the administration, saying, quote, "Our actions are ongoing, and some have resulted in some temporary outages and loss of connectivity for our users. Our computers and systems have not been damaged, though some elements of the unclassified network have been affected. The temporary outages and loss of connectivity for our users is solely the result of measures we have taken to defend our networks. The FBI, Secret Service, and National Security Agency are investigating the intrusion." We need to take a little break and catch up on the weather forecast as well as a few commercial spots. Thank you for listening. We'll be right back with more News Bites after this. This is The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. After some morning fog patches, partly sunny today and warm this afternoon, high 83 to 87. Mainly clear tonight, low 61 inland, 67 on the coast. There'll be some fog around late tonight and tomorrow morning. Otherwise, sunshine mixing with clouds tomorrow and warm. A shower or thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, the high 82 to 86. On Friday, partly sunny and cooler, high 76 to 80. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon.
We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. It's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
This is the Salvation Army, and I'm Major George Patterson to let you know that the Salvation Army is available 24 hours a day to provide help to anyone. We also have a family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala. On Tuesday to Saturday from 9 to 4, you can do your shopping, or if you want to donate, you can call 352-732-4469, and we'll even pick up 352-732-4469. All funds generated by our store go into the programs here in Marion County to help the needy.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need
too.
my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, 12 minutes now before 9 o'clock. Thank you for listening. The next story is from the Associated Press. The South Carolina woman accused of trying to kill her 3 children by driving her minivan into the Atlantic Ocean off of Daytona Beach wants to see them. Circuit Judge Leah Case will hear the request Friday morning. The judge barred Ebony Wilkerson from having any contact with the children during a hearing in May. The Myrtle Beach, South Carolina woman was pregnant when she drove into the water on March 4th. Her children told investigators she was trying to kill them. Attorneys say she has not seen the children since then. Wilkerson gave birth to a baby boy in May. The Daytona Beach News-Journal reports that Wilkerson is out of jail while awaiting trial on $90,000 bail. She is charged with 3 counts each of attempted second-degree murder and child abuse.
Houston area authorities say they believe a school district police officer who pulled over a motorist and then asked to smell her feet may have made similar demands of others. 26-year-old Patrick Quinn is charged with 2 counts of official oppression. He's free on $2,000 bond. The Harris County District Attorney's Office says Quinn stopped the woman in August and said he found marijuana paraphernalia. Authorities say Quinn told her he has a foot fetish and would release her if she let him smell her feet. He later said he wouldn't need to smell them if she gave him her underwear. Investigators say he then changed his mind and let her go. Quinn has been suspended by the Cypress Fairbanks School District. A call to his attorney was not immediately returned yesterday, reported by the Associated Press.
And from ABC News, Homeland Security has ordered increased security at various U.S. government buildings in Washington, D.C. and other major cities and locations around the country. The precise actions we are taking and the precise locations at which we will enhance security is law enforcement sensitive, will vary and shift from location to location, and will be continually re-evaluated. That is a statement from Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson. The Federal Protective Service is responsible for the protection of more than 9,500 federal facilities owned or leased by the General Services Administration, through which 1.4 million visitors and occupants pass daily.
Google is aiming to diagnose cancers, impending heart attacks, or strokes and other diseases at a much earlier stage than is currently possible. The company is working on technology that combines disease-detecting nanoparticles, which would enter a patient's bloodstream via a swallowed pill with a wrist-worn sensor. The idea is to identify slight changes in the person's biochemistry that could act as an early warning system. The work is still at an early stage. Early diagnosis is the key to treating disease. Many cancers, such as pancreatic, are detected only after they have become untreatable and fatal. There are marked differences between cancerous and healthy tissues, reported by the BBC.
From CNN, Sweden won't exactly confirm that it's been looking for a foreign submarine in the country's territorial waters, but if it finds something it does not like, it is ready to do whatever is necessary to force it to the surface. That, according to a statement from a Swedish military spokeswoman that was issued yesterday. Swedish media have reported that the military has been looking for a mystery underwater vessel, possibly Russian. The search began Thursday after Swedish intelligence picked up an emergency radio call in Russian, reported the local, citing a Swedish newspaper called Svenska Dagbladet. We don't know what it is, but we are prepared to use anything necessary to bring the vessel to the surface if we need to. That statement from Swedish military spokeswoman Teresa Fagerstedt in an interview she did with CNN reporters. Helicopters, battleships, and minesweepers searched waters off of Sweden's capital, Stockholm, on Tuesday.
NASA scientists with a keen eye to the season of trick-or-treat have presented something that's both trick and treat in the same package. In this case, the illusion of Jupiter looking back at stargazers is a treat brought by the Hubble Space Telescope. Hubble was monitoring changes in Jupiter's immense Great Red Spot Storm on April the 21st, when the shadow of the Jovian moon, Ganymede, swept across the center of the storm. This gave the giant planet the uncanny appearance of having a pupil in the center of a 10,000-mile diameter eye. For a moment, Jupiter stared back at Hubble like a one-eyed giant cyclops. NASA astronomers made use of the image in their studies of the gas giant and its family of moons, but they also made sure the image was kept handy for the occasion of Halloween. After all, if you ever get the feeling that you're being watched, how chilling is it to think that it's an entire planet doing the watching, reported by the Florida News Network.
The announcement by Walt Disney World that Hollywood Studios' centerpiece, Mickey's Sorcerer's Hat, will be removed has onlookers speculating about what should be its replacement. Overwhelmingly, social media polls indicate that if the consumer has anything to say about it, the replacement will be a replica of the Hollywood sign in California. Walt Disney World has yet to announce plans, if any, of what will replace the Sorcerer's Hat. However, each Disney park is known for having an identifiable structure, such as Cinderella's castle at the Magic Kingdom and Spaceship Earth at Epcot. New additions and subtractions to theme parks can have an effect on plans that tourists make when they are traveling and considering Central Florida as a destination. Typically, theme parks can help push renewed interest from tourists to help boost the region's $50 billion travel industry.
A Florida Homeowners Association says trick-or-treating is under threat from the wild hogs overrunning their neighborhood. The Homeowners Association for the Sawgrass at Suntree neighborhood, located just north of Melbourne, said it is concerned the wild hogs could pose a threat to trick-or-treaters, and a trapper is working this week to remove the swine in time for the holiday. The trapper James Dean said he has captured 8 hogs so far. He said the animals have been accused of digging up 17 lawns in the area. Some of the homeowners told reporters the hogs are walking out on the sidewalk and pooping. He said a final push is being planned to clear the hogs out before Halloween. The hogs come from a nearby wildlife area. They have caused problems in previous years, reported by UPI.
And from CNN, Ann Romney, the wife of former Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney, condemned South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley's Democratic challenger after he mistakenly called her a whore, and then chuckled. When I first heard about it, it hit me right in my gut, Romney said in a phone interview she did on Monday with CNN. She told reporters, quote, "My nerve endings went haywire. It's so upsetting when you know someone can say something like that about a woman and not have any kind of reaction. It's so unacceptable. Nikki is a great girl and has been a great governor," unquote. The Democrat Vincent Sheehan made the comment at a campaign event late last week in Florence. In the midst of attacking Haley's education record, Sheehan stumbled over his words and told the crowd, "We're going to escort whore out the door."
Former Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano told law students on Monday that she balanced doing what is right and doing what is lawful as she pushed through deferred action for childhood arrivals. The controversial policy defers deportation for hundreds of thousands of people who came to the United States illegally as children, allowing them to get work permits and driver's licenses. This is her quote. "This was an initiative that required a careful navigation between the potentially conflicting dictates of doing what is right, of doing what is lawful, of doing what is doable, and of doing what is defensible." This is reported by CNS News.
And from the New York Daily News, an alleged child rapist who cut off his court-ordered ankle monitor and then went on a 6-week-long coast-to-coast crime spree is back behind bars. Officers nabbed Gregory Lewis in Fort Edward, New York yesterday evening when he crashed his car into a river while trying to flee from police. The 26-year-old Massachusetts man committed a string of sexual assaults and robberies in several states from north to Oregon during the 6 weeks on the lam, according to the report. Lewis was originally arrested and released on bail in August for allegedly raping a 13-year-old girl in Southbridge, Massachusetts. A month later, on September 15th, he took off his court-ordered GPS ankle bracelet and left it on his young victim's front lawn.
Some U.S. lawmakers are exploring a post-election deal that would lock in permanent tax cuts for major corporations and low-income families. The potential trade is one way Congress could break a logjam over reviving dozens of popular tax breaks that lapsed at the end of 2013. This is reported by a Senate Democratic tax aide who sought anonymity because the idea is still in early discussion stages. It would follow a time-honored Washington tradition. If you can't figure out which tax cuts to give more. Reported by Bloomberg.
This story from Fox News. A man beheaded a woman in her Long Island, New York apartment late yesterday and then dragged the body and the head out onto a street where onlookers initially thought they were witnessing a macabre Halloween prank. The suspected killer, who was not identified, jumped in front of a commuter train near the Farmingdale, New York home moments later, killing himself, according to Nassau County Police. Police said the woman appeared to be in her 60s, while the killer appeared to be around 30. It was not clear what prompted the murder, suicide, or what the relationship between the two was. Witnesses told the New York Post they saw the man drag the woman's body out of the building and onto the street, where he kicked her head some 20 feet before going to a nearby railroad track and jumping in front of an eastbound Long Island Railroad train approximately 25 minutes later. Police say his body was found about a mile from the apartment.
On the campaign trail for a Republican candidate in Iowa, House Speaker John Boehner may have overlooked a bit of history when he said Russian President Vladimir Putin never would have invaded another country if former President George W. Bush had been in office. This is Boehner's quote. "Does anybody think that Vladimir Putin would have gone into Crimea had George W. Bush been the President of the United States? No, even Putin's smart enough to know that Bush would have punched him in the nose." Reported by CBS.
And that's all the time we have for News Bites. We need to move forward and do other things. Hopefully some of that news is usable for you. Otherwise, at least entertaining. Robin, how many stories today?
23.
23, not too bad. All right, we will take a little break and we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. There's beefed up security at some federal buildings across the country and other places. The officials aren't saying there's a specific threat.
Meanwhile, the White House is dealing with a cyber threat. The Obama administration says it found suspicious activity on its unclassified computer network.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. An investigation underway after the explosion yesterday of an unmanned rocket heading for the International Space Station shortly after launch on Wallops Island, Virginia. People in the debris field warned that things could be coated with hazardous material.
This 14-story tall, $200 million Antares rocket is loaded up with 5,000 pounds of high-tech equipment, experiments designed by both professionals and students, and food, including freeze-dried crab cakes for one of the astronauts whose Earth address growing up was in Baltimore.
Fox's Peter Ducey. Fox News. We report, you decide.
I'm Lex Friedman. I run my own business, so I know from experience, hiring new employees can be tough. Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites, and now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 50-plus job sites, including Craigslist, LinkedIn, and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Quickly screen candidates, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 200,000 businesses. And right now, our listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/info. That's ZipRecruiter.com/info. One more time, to try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/info.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. If this had been an actual emergency, such as a hurricane or tornado, official messages would have followed the alert tones. WOCA serves the Marion County area. This concludes the test of the emergency alert system. On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Honey.
In here.
Are you tearing up the bathroom? I thought we agreed to let Mike Scott Plumbing handle this on Monday.
Yeah, I know, but I got this. I watched a how-to video on YouTube.
Oh, well. So instead of calling the professionals at Mike Scott Plumbing, who, by the way, do this for a living, and wait, is that a jackhammer?
Yep, watch this. Let the master show you how it's done. Okay, we may have an ever so slight leaking problem.
Great job, Mr. Genius. Now you broke the water line.
No, that was like that when I got here.
Well, looks like the only thing you've mastered is the art of making a mess. So now I'm picking up the phone and calling Mike Scott Plumbing, who won't charge us extra for nights, weekends, or holidays.
No, wait, I can fix this. Just hand me that.
The only thing I'm handing you is the phone. No, wait, I'll handle this. 237-2888.
On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
The fire department.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this morning. I have a fun topic I wanted to share with you for the next 10 minutes or so. This morning there was a news item about public opinion about what should be replacing the Mickey Mouse's Sorcerer's hat at Hollywood Studios. And public opinion, not Disney itself, but public opinion says they should recreate or replicate the Hollywood sign from Hollywood, California, replicate it in some way in the Hollywood studios in Orlando or Kissimmee, wherever it is, and that would be the centerpiece. As you know, each of Disney's properties has a centerpiece. The centerpiece at the Magic Kingdom is, of course, Cinderella's castle. The centerpiece at Epcot is the, what's it called, Spaceship Earth, the round thing. The centerpiece at Animal Kingdom is that big Tree of Life.
Yes.
And the centerpiece at the Hollywood Studios has been the big hat that Mickey Mouse wore in Fantasia.
Yep.
In the Sorcerer's Apprentice part of that. But they're taking that down, or if they haven't already, they will be. And so the speculation is about what's going to replace it. Now, that's the end of me telling you about that. What I really wanted to parlay that into, and right now, is something fun for you for this coming holiday season. Some of the things, not just in Disney, but also in some of the other places in nearby, not too far away. So I only have a little bit of time to tell you some of these things. So let me tell you this one. If you've ever wanted to go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City, I do. I mean, I've gone many, many times when I was a kid. I used to go. I haven't been. How old am I now? 60?
59.
So 40.
Plus.
No, not 40. No, that would be, no. 50 years. I haven't gone in 45 or 50 years.
Yeah.
Maybe more than 45. It's been a long time since I went to one of those parades. But you know, you can go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade at Universal Studios. Did you know they bring the balloons? Did you know they bring most of the floats? It won't be exactly the same thing, but they replicate it very, very well. And the balloons, yes, after
Thanksgiving Day.
After Thanksgiving Day, beginning December 6th, Universal Orlando has the Macy's Holiday Parade.
Wow.
That's what they call it. They don't call it Thanksgiving because it's not Thanksgiving.
Right.
But it is the same parade, more or less. Obviously, some of the bands that travel from around the country are not going to Orlando. But there you go.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to see this, you'd have to go to Universal Studios, and it is part of their daily features. I believe it's each... I'm not sure if it's in the evening or the afternoon. But anyway, it starts December 6th, and it runs all the way through January 3rd, if you actually wanted to go.
Oh, how nice.
Even after, technically, the holidays are over.
Yeah, because it really doesn't have a Thanksgiving theme. It's just a big parade when they have it down there.
It is a parade. It is a parade. Yeah. I really, truly think that Ocala's Christmas parade is absolutely one of the best parades.
Yep.
Small town, big town. I know. To me, it is. We do the folk. We don't do it. I'm taking credit. The folks who put on this parade here in Ocala do an outstanding job. And what date is it this year?
It's the 13th of December, the second Saturday.
December 13th. You can see the Ocala parade.
The second Saturday in December.
So looking forward to that.
12 days before Christmas.
You like Mannheim Steamroller? Mannheim Steamroller, often one of the recording artists that is featured in many, many radio broadcasts with Christmas music. They kind of made a niche for themselves. They will be at Universal Studios December 6th, 7th, 13th, 14th, 20th, and 21st.
Oh, wow.
You can see them perform live. There's also something they're doing in Universal on Universal's Islands of Adventure called Grinchmas.
Ooh, I bet that'll be fun.
And so I want to tell you about that. All right, let's shift over to the Gaylord Palms.
Okay.
Hold on, I got the wrong thing. Gaylord Palms.
Beautiful.
This is not an ad for them, by the way. We sometimes have tickets to ICE, but this year Gaylord. If you've ever gone to Gaylord Palms, first of all, here's the complaint about Gaylord Palms. And it's a legitimate complaint.
Yeah.
The cost to park at Gaylord Palms is a little bit outrageous.
It's pricey.
Do you remember how much it was?
$15.
$15 just to park in the parking lot at Gaylord Palms.
Right.
But that's really all you have to pay. And if you think of it that way, then your whole family can go into Gaylord Palms and kind of take in some of these events. Now, some of them do cost extra, like ICE.
Yes.
ICE costs a lot extra.
Yeah.
But and ICE, here's the complaint. I love ICE. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to discourage you from seeing ICE.
Yeah.
But the truth is, it's a rather expensive ticket for about a 15-minute stroll through this frozen world. A frozen, beautiful world, but nevertheless. But here's the great point about the Gaylord Palms. They have Christmas shows going on throughout the entire facility. It's a huge facility.
It's wonderful.
Huge facility. And you'll be able to sit and watch stage shows.
No charge.
No charge to everything that's there. So the big problem with Gaylord Palms is the price of the parking and the price of ice. Now, they're doing something new this year called snow tubing. Snow tubing at Gaylord Palms.
That sounds fun.
This begins November 21st and it runs through January 4th. This is in Hall E. They've got these slides. They're covered with snow. You get in a tube and you go down the hill just like you're sleigh riding.
Oh, wow. How cool is that?
It's also not cheap. It's $18.95. If you get ice and snow. If you get an ice ticket, which I don't know how much ice is, but it's $16.95 if you buy an ice ticket.
Oh,
so
okay.
$18. Now that gives you 10 times down the hill.
Oh, wow.
You get to go down 10 times down the hill for that price.
Nice.
Not too bad. I mean, $18.95. You're going to go down a snowy hill.
Yeah, that's such fun.
It is kind of fun, and it is an enclosed hill. You're not free to go anywhere. You have to stay within the confines. But I just thought I would share that with you. Okay, I only have a few minutes to do this.
Okay.
So the last, but definitely one of the best, is Disney World.
Yeah.
Disney World has a few things. First of all, we can tell from having done it that Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party has absolutely, hands down, I've been to Disney World dozens of times, maybe scores of times.
Huge times.
Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is, in my memory of all those years going, I haven't gone in years, but that was my absolute favorite. A, because it was at nighttime.
Yeah.
B, because they only allowed 5,000 people to come in.
Yes.
Which doesn't sound like much, but let me tell you, it felt like it was empty.
It did. It was wonderful.
They gave free hot chocolate and free chocolate chip cookies on almost every corner.
Yep.
Right? They did a photograph, which was affordable, I think $10.
Yeah.
At that time, I don't know what it is now. And they have fake snow falling from the sky. Don't touch it. I mean, don't taste it because it's really soap.
Yeah. But the rides, most of the rides are open.
Oh,
It's
the rides are
wonderful.
open, and there's nobody, hardly 5,000 people is not much for Disney World.
No, it is absolutely wonderful.
So the long waits on the lines wasn't there. The excruciating heat that you sometimes feel at Disney World wasn't there because you're there in the nighttime.
Yeah.
And it's only 5 hours. So it's only open
magical.
for 5 hours.
Yeah.
At least it was. Okay. This year, they're also having the Frozen Holiday Wish.
Oh.
You got to be at the right time at about 6:15 in the evening. The Cinderella castle will transform into a glimmering frozen display gleaming with winter magic. They've done something with lights on the castle to make it look like it's actually made out of ice.
How awesome.
Okay. There's a candlelight processional. A 50-piece orchestra will be playing along with a mass choir.
Oh, I would love to go.
And mass is the Catholic form of the word, not meaning a large number of people, although it is a large number of people.
Yeah. My daughter participated one year. She was one of
we went. Who did we see? We saw some famous guy.
Yeah.
The guy from Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
Martin Landau.
In Epcot, there's also holidays around the world. If you know the World Showcase part of Epcot, the different countries. Well, they are all showing what they do on Christmas. The different Santa Clauses, the different ones, what they look like. What's it? Pierre Noel, Papa Noel, whatever you call them.
Noel.
All of them will be there
At night. In Epcot, or is it during the day?
In Epcot, it doesn't say. It just says holidays around the world at the World Showcase.
Oh, I got to look that up.
There's also the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights.
Yeah.
This is in Hollywood Studios. You might remember the Osborne family. I can't remember. They were from the Midwest or something. They had all these lights, and they got in trouble for having all these lights. The neighborhood didn't like them having all these lights.
No.
So they donated them, or maybe Disney bought them. Who knows? But anyway, you can now experience those lights. It's really magical. And P.S., just getting it back to our own town, our city really does a spectacular job of decorating the downtown area.
Yep.
I know they've already started.
November 22nd.
The lights here in Ocala are outstanding. Light Up Ocala should get an award if it hasn't already.
Yeah, November 22nd.
And then Frozen at Disney's Hollywood Studios also. You'll join the cast of Frozen, not the cast, but the characters, actors playing the same parts. They're doing something called Frozen. It's a chance to laugh and sing for an enchanted retelling of the kingdom's tale during the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration.
Oh, how wonderful.
You can blow by the streets of America for a flurry of winter magic as Wandering Oaken's frozen snow ground where you can frolic in snow and even build a snowman. Of course, that's in Hollywood Studios. The Jungle Cruise has a a Holly Jolly adventure on the Jungle Cruise in Disney World.
Oh, nice.
There's something called Festival of the Seasons in the downtown Disney area. Festival of the Seasons. Watch in wonder as the holiday cheers mixes with Disney magic. And this is obviously something enchanting for children. I just clicked a button and lost it. Okay.
Yeah, bring the children.
Anyway, so there's lots of things going on in our own town.
Yep.
You've got Light Up Ocala coming up when?
November 22nd.
November 22nd.
Saturday before Thanksgiving. Light Up Ocala.
And then the Christmas parade, December 13th.
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to know that, I mean, you live in the backyard of the world's playground. The world comes to us to see some of these amazing things. And I just told you 3 places, and there are more. I told you about Universal, Disney, and also the Gaylord Palms.
Yep.
There are others. And don't forget some of the great Christmas houses. We have a great Christmas house. Is it in Wildwood?
Yeah.
In Wildwood.
Yep. Brooksville? Brooksville is the Christmas house.
Brooksville.
It's wonderful, yeah.
If this place is open all year long, but this time of year, it's especially fun to go there. And what it is, if you've never gone, it is a series of little cottages that are all decorated for Christmas.
They're beautiful.
And it's 365 days a year they do this.
Yeah, it's free, no admission.
Yeah, that's free. But it's a shop. It's basically you going shopping.
You're wonderful.
All right. Well, hopefully that gave you some ideas about what you might do this coming holiday season. All right. We kind of drifted to the fun stuff. I always love drifting to the fun stuff, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
But obviously you can't do a whole show like that. So we've got Dr. Alan Hillebrand coming up in just a little bit. Yesterday, your husband had some back surgical procedure done on his back. Dr. Alan S. Hillebrand is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon who specializes in surgical and non-surgical care of the spine. Coming on in just about 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. After some morning fog patches, partly sunny today and warm this afternoon, high 83 to 87. Mainly clear tonight, low 61 inland, 67 on the coast. There'll be some fog around late tonight and tomorrow morning. Otherwise, sunshine mixing with clouds tomorrow and warm. A shower or thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, the high 82 to 86. On Friday, partly sunny and cooler, high 76 to 80. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
News Talk 1370. WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 1/15/14.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Welcome to Infinite Natural Day Spa. We offer massage, facial, waxing, and hydrotherapy with body scrub. Infinite Natural Day Spa will bring you to an unparalleled, all-natural experience of beautification, peace, and comfort that is uniquely yours. We hope to transport you to a place where you can truly appreciate a newly found state of relaxation.
With a graduate degree in management and leadership from Webster University, there'll never be a better time for you to explore what's next in your career. Classes are scheduled so you can continue your normal workday routine, and the accelerated program means a new term starts about every 10 weeks. If you're looking to gain a broad general management and leadership perspective, then Webster University's Management and Leadership degree program is the right one for you. It's all a part of what's next at Webster University.
Go to webster.edu/manage, accredited by ACBSP.
Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
Don't take our word for it. Just check your electric bill, and then you'll see how those shade trees can cool your home and